Wait, aren't we doing the structure
topic?
thing?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I mean, I doubt that it will have a big effect tomorrow, lah. Just saying it.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to Ginkgo. Okay, I'm here the Jamboard. Are we using the topic that you sent me?
Oh, we can use that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you have some other thing in mind, tell me. Yeah, just tell me. So
I've actually been like I have a whole list of questions actually. Then I've just been like scrolling through it and trying to come up with arguments in like 5 minutes.
Right.
And verbalizing it to my friend also lah. So.
Right. Okay. Good. How does that go for you?
I think it's better than expected actually, because I thought like I wouldn't be able to generate arguments.
Oh, right. Are you okay? Do you need to conserve your voice?
Oh no, I was just singing a bit.
Right. Okay. If it's okay with you, then I don't. Okay. So glad to hear that you are. I mean, sorry. More like when your friend hears your thought, your flow of thought, how they feel. What is it? Do they have any feedback?
They say it's fine.
Right. I mean, glad to hear. So what would be good for us to do now? Specifically, do we want to talk about the structure here, or brainstorm, or I mean, I
think
feel
what I'm really
yes.
interested in is that religion question, because that one, like, yeah, it's nice to see like a mature perspective of it.
Right. Okay.
I mean, it can appear in the paper also.
It feels like a variation. It feels like a common variation. It feels.
I also saw
really
questions like, there's no place for religion in today's world, something like that, lah.
Yeah. Which is today's world means age of scientific advancement, or an age of material abundance. You can also interpret it that way, right? An age where our problems are gone, basically, or a savior has come, basically, right? Basically, yeah. So, I can only do it from my point of view, right? I mean, right. And I realized that I give it a thought for this is more than 15 minutes, then this like because I read your topic, and then yes, of course, this is something that has always been in the back of actually most of us by right. It's not just you and it's not just me, right? And then after giving a talk for maybe I don't know half a day maybe, then I realized that I want to start by already giving it my opinion as in I already have an opinion on this matter right? So I'm gonna start like that, and the opinion will sound something like as we achieve more scientific advancement, we will feel the I mean the better phrasing is that we need religion more. Then I will try not to get into the debate of this is religion and Christianity is not religion. That's only for us. Other people don't care, right? So my opinion is that if I am a more scientifically advanced person living in a scientifically advanced world, I I need to focus on my religion more. Okay, that's a very difficult thing to say, right? Because I dislike the word religion. I believe that I should use it very positively, and I should define it reasonably well, and I should not be trapped by the jargon, no, because again, people don't get, but it's a very conscious part of my part to equate faith with religion, right? However, I think it is normal for audiences here to interchangeable lah, to make it interchangeable. Faith, religion, same thing lah, what you believe lah. So I think that's the good thing about it lah. Right? I think that's the good thing about it. Okay, so that's my point of view. And then how would I lay it down? I haven't thought about it, so this is my first time laying it down, right?
Okay.
Scientific advancement is always materialistic. My phrasing here will be a draft, okay. And it will not be so. If you feel the need to clarify, please ask me. I might have missed, So scientific pursuit. Sorry, let's make it. Scientific pursuit will always be materialistic because we can only measure the material world. Religion or faith is
like unquantifiable.
A set of I'll be very objective here. A set of self-proclaimed truth, right? A set of self-proclaimed truth on matters which are not just materialistic. That's not a very good phrasing. It should be something more like it addresses the materialistic world and the non-materialistic world, or the metaphysical. Okay, I think metaphysics is a very modern acceptable term. The physical and the metaphysical realm with emphasis on the metaphysics, right? Faith also claims that a human being is both physical and metaphysical. They are both equally important in. I'm sorry. That would be. Okay, I'm not going to go there first. Right? Because I don't want to go to comparing religion one with another. That would make this. I think that's totally out of. That's going to veer far from what the question is asking. So I'm really restricting myself, right? I'm having difficulty, right? Whereas scientific pursuit never is by nature silent on the metaphysical realm. Silent, right? Silent. Okay. Part of the reason is because
It's like
part of the reason you're saying. So you're saying?
No, there's no like hard physical evidence. Like
yeah, no. Okay. Right. Okay. No. Okay. So I'll address the scientific. So scientific pursuit requires evidence, right? As with most modern pursuits, it requires evidence to be acceptable truth, to be an acceptable truth, and that truth is usually measured in statistical method. Let's put it that way. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, I wonder where I should start. I should shift towards. When should I shift? Okay. Now I better answer the question first, right? Because I will. If I have to define them, I will go more than. I do not wish to define them more than 1.5 paragraphs, because I'll probably end up doing it in proof. Defining it too much definitely is a way to not answering the question, a way to shy from the question, right? So now, why do I think that religion, scientific advancement requires a clearer or stronger faith? should I go to Christianity or do I go general? I haven't decided. Let me think for a while. Okay. I'll go as general as possible. Partly because it feels, this is a feeling, it feels more wrong than right to just speak from the Christianity point of view. It feels more wrong than right. It becomes divisive in this context. But I feel that in a real world, that is what we have to focus on. But this is not a real world. This is a very concise writing, which I think should be assumed to have to appeal to a wide audience.
Yes.
Right? Even though the one that's reading is only the examiner, but it should be viewed that way, right? Okay, so I'll go general. Okay, so now I'm going to start my quote. So in the scientific realm, I don't know what's the word there. There is a Pareto law. Pareto law can be understood that a very small percent of the population attains or owns the lion's share of whatever the thing is in question. Giving an example, the classical music, if you lay out all the classical musician, that means the classical musician author, and then you compare it with which one gets the most listener, you will find that a very small percentage of those get the largest percentage. That is in essence a Pareto law. So what's another Pareto law? In scientific pursuit, American scientists gets the lion's share of the Nobel Prize, right? Even though they might account for only less than 10% of the scientists in the world. Okay. Give a third example. Only 3 or 4 phone brands own the lion's share of how do I say it? Only Apple, Samsung, basically it. Wait, Apple, Samsung. Yeah, okay, fine. So let's just make it easy. Only Apple and Samsung. Apple and Samsung only owns the lion's share of the high performance smartphone, blah, blah, and so on and so forth. So Pareto law is a law that is observable, not necessarily explained, but it's observable in basic all aspects of life, right? A good example is human being also being the dominant species. At this point, I'm quoting too much example, right? Okay, so at this point, okay. So based on Pareto law, a small minuscule of people, a small percentage of people will own a big share of the world's material wealth, for example.
Yes.
And that means there will be many people, right? I cannot quantify, right? At this point, I cannot quantify. I'm just using Pareto law to hide the fact that I don't have much data, right? That's okay. What I'm doing. That is what I'm doing. But at least it sounds plausible, right? I would prefer to quote more data, but I don't have that, right? Okay, so if you do, please do that, right? Okay, so there'll be many people who can only attain a minimum level of material wealth, and therefore, it is likely to be dissatisfied because the scientific pursuit is an empty promise or is irrelevant to them, to most of the people on Earth, right? Okay. Therefore, something must address their their
like
what's the word here?
needs,
Not their
lack of satisfaction.
All my line of thoughts are very I'm trying not wait yeah. If you cannot attain material wealth, you're going to attain material wealth in a world that speaks that a material, oh goodness me, that sounds very spiritual, right? Obviously I have to write GP more, right? Okay, I'm going to put it in a very frank, I just want to put it, so so unless you are part of the growing middle class, let's say you're already part of the growing middle class, then you will feel that you need a different kind of wealth. You need a different kind of attainable wealth, right? A non-material kind of, in order to live, in order to continue living and even live
with a sense of purpose.
Satisfied, the sense of purpose, right? Sense of purpose, something like that, right? So I'm putting it in a very blunt method, right? Okay. The second situation where scientific advancement is not helpful is where you have a brush with mortality. Usually, people with that kind of experience, which everybody should have, right? Anyway, right? It's just a matter of when will question themselves in a way that is non-materialistic already, right? I am trying not to say this sentence. I'm trying not to say this sentence. I'll say it to you so it's so difficult to stop. So science don't answer that. Maybe I should say that, maybe because scientific pursuit is silent on that matter. And yet the question is there, whether the answer is correct or not. Religion is there to provide answers, right? So age of scientific advancement does not mean an age of pure material needs. No? That seems to be the observation. And I hope to cover that in 2 paragraphs, but most probably 3. Defining what religion is offering, defining what scientific advancement is offering, and defining what the people need, and then the general observation. That's 3 paragraphs. I was hoping to do that. Right. Okay. Sorry. So far, anything to clarify? Any questions?
I think I get what you mean. Like, especially for the first point.
Yeah. But it is very difficult because if I just speak like that, it's a classical answer. It's a classical answer, and
it's like you can talk about how people in China are like literally being executed for trying to get a hold of the Bible, right? While people in America,
you can do that. America,
they nothing better to do, right? So they protest about all kinds of things.
Right. How does that relate? How does the people in America relate in the age of? How does that relate to the question, sir?
I mean, like science is so advanced, and then they also
has dissatisfaction. Right.
the goods and services that have been provided by scientific advancements, right? So they feel like it's satisfied already.
Yeah, but that's not true lah. I think that's not true if you observe the human being lah, right? The society lah, right? Something like that. Right. So again, I was hoping to not end there lah. I was just hoping that to stop at the to accomplish that in 3 paragraphs, because I want to now move on to the more whatever like mature nuance or whatever response that can be lah, right? So that means I have a lot of examples to pick, and I better pick and make it very concise, very just very like that. Okay, on those 3 paragraphs, right? So that is what I'm struggling. Yes, too many things, but it's very difficult to choose the one that seems to be appropriate. So that's my struggle. If that's your struggle,
I think 3 paragraphs is also fine. Like I can write around 4 to 5. 4 to 5 arguments, excluding the
arguments. Right. But I want a more mature approach after that. So, so what is the thing after speaking all that? So let me think for a while. Oh dear. Okay, well, which angle should I take? If you are I'm speaking in one particular right. But in the field of bioengineering, let's say, so you're a biologist, okay, which by the way is a very good angle that I feel you should take lah. Because you are at least familiar with that, and maybe you know more than just the syllabus, right? So you can quote examples and explain it better, because you have to explain it to the general audience, right? To people who don't understand biology. By right, I should be touching more on the physics side. By right lah. But here I am talking about biology lah. So you can hopefully that you can evaluate that even more, right? That's my hope. So so in bio and no, is it bio? No, okay. So when they investigate or animate the proteins that mediate the cell functions. No, I'm going very specific here. Mediates the muscle cell. I forgot which one. My point is, when you see the animation, it feels a lot like it is as if you're looking at it feels that you're looking at a very precise and well-designed engineering. It feels like that. This is biology at the molecular level. So the certain proteins who mediates the motor function, let's just put it that way, walks through chains of strings of muscle fiber, I think, something like that, as if they look a lot like robots. Basically, they look like robots, which is not the sense that you which is not this which is not the sense so difficult, which is my goodness, it's so difficult to say.
Wait, so you mean like they are viewing the human body as like a automation or something like that, is it?
It's not the automation part. It's the fact that it looks very well designed. That words doesn't do justice. That's the whole problem of my example. No. Okay. Let me go back to the question. Right? So the question might the context of the question. Maybe I'll say the context of question might imply that science have all the answers. No, science will have all the answers. No. Human being will have very difficult. Very difficult to say. Sorry. What am I trying to say? I'm sorry. Is this what you expect today?
Kind of.
Okay. If you like it, then okay. Okay. I will take my own advice and just draft with you lah. Since you are a Christian anyway, so it's easy to talk to you. Yeah. Then you are responsible for packaging it lah. So I was trying to draft and package at the same time, which is very difficult. Right? Very, very difficult because I have to package it to a general audience, right? That requires a lot of thought, right? So people who think that science will answer everything, right? Okay. Does seem to be justified with all the problems that science trying to solve, right? Okay. However, if you are in the breakthrough, if you are in the forefront of science, when you are at the edge of known with unknown, when you're pushing the boundary of unknown, you're there, you're facing the unknown and you're trying to know things. That is a scientific pursuit. It's a very noble pursuit, right? Yes. If you are there, you see things which are obviously new, right? And they always strike you with a sense of wonder, or strikes you with a sense of beauty, or strike you with a kind of a positive bewilderment, right? This is for example, in oh my goodness, I just show you the video what we're talking about. Okay. My goodness, I mean, we can do that now, right? So I'm not gonna care about exam conditions right now, right? Okay, so let me find it first. Let me find it first. Is this the one? I'm not sure that this is the one I looked at back then. No.
Oh, are you trying to say that it's because they are like they're trying to create how to say, like it's kind of similar to how God creates human beings, like the scientists themselves, they're like creating
scientists creating what? Sorry, creating what?
Trying to mimic God's creation, and it's disturbing that very
no. What I'm saying is very simple. Never mind. Let me show you the video first. This is just one example, right? So, okay. So yeah, I found the video, the original video that I on. So let me just. Miss DNA.
Is this DNA?
Yeah, I think so. Right, but I'm not gonna. Oh, okay. I'm not looking. I'm not find. Where is it? Come on. This is what you know lah. This is what you learn lah.
This is the essay.
Twisting and untwisting thing. Yeah. But I'm not looking at this, right? I'm looking at, because it's an animation, right? This is not the real view. It's an animation of what they know, right?
Oh,
now
yes.
I'm looking for one of the motor proteins. Where's the motor protein? Oh, no, this is a view, right? Come on, where's the motor? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the microtubules. Yeah, exactly. Okay, there you go. So this is the microtubules that are maintaining the structure of whatever, because you need microtubules basically to structure all the whole thing, right? You need it, not it's just flop into a general mess, right? So we're just talking about a simple molecule walking along the microtubules, right? Walking the microtubules. So wait a. You have the subtitles, right?
Yes.
Didn't. This walking thing. So the walking thingy. So even though this is an animation, so you shouldn't take it as a super real thing. I think the microtubule is in tension, but not this rigid, right? That's an example of the animation not portraying real life. But look at that protein walking down the microtubule. Just look at that thing for a while, which the shape, oh my goodness, right? So the shape of the protein is based on what we know, right? Something like that.
Yes.
So you can argue, we can, as a scientist, you have the option to, no, you have the duty to not explain this using metaphysical terms. You have the duty to explain this using material terms with evidence and all that, right? Okay, you have to explain this from the material side of you. And as a Christian, we actually, there is no problem with that, right? There's no problem at all. But as a human being, not a Christian, you cannot just, because it's very tempting to just say that this is a product of evolution. It is very tempting to say that, right? It's very tempting to say that this just evolved through the millions of years that we have time to evolve, right? Which basically implies that this will just automatically happen once. Just give it enough time and it will automatically happen. That's the argument. It will automatically happen from the smallest bacteria to the highest living being. So automatically somehow DNA will happen, or automatically somehow RNA will happen, or automatically that's the basic feel. That's the basic feel when people say by evolution. Automatically, just give it enough time, it will happen. But if you look at this, and you are, because this is breakthrough, this is to figure this out is a breakthrough thing. Back then, to figure out DNA is a double counter helix is a breakthrough. Right? But using the X-ray spectroscopy, and then you kind of tease out the form. Now this is breakthrough, but bioengineering in this case is figuring how things work in a molecular level, right? Which you're studying, kind of, right? So you look at this and you say, I have no other explanation that this is supposed to be evolution driven automatically, after millions of years, but I cannot deny that this is fascinating and very design-like. I just cannot deny that. Really, no, really. All this happening at the molecular level, I cannot just simply believe that 100%. Although it is my duty to not explain it based on that. It is my duty if I'm a scientist, if I'm in the breakthrough kind of scientist. Right? Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. So the scientists have their duty to science because that's our agreed way of seeing the truth, so to speak. But the scientists will also see this as with a sense of wonder. Let's just put it that way, with a sense of wonder. With a sense of wonder. And that sense of wonder drives the scientist to increase the boundary of the known, to go into the unknown, right? To be, to discover new truth, basically, right? They don't go in with a sense of this is gonna be whatever I discover is the byproduct of evolution. I don't see scientists do that when they're trying to pursue new truth, right? So at the intersection, you have the scientists and you have the science. I don't know how to say that. That's the most mature view I can give. And I'm not trying to answer any question. I think that's an observation we can probably make. Right? It's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say. After laying down all the things just now, like in the first 3 or 4. Right? Okay. So yeah, I'm not sure whether that makes some sense.
Wait, so it's just the like how they just accept that this is how things happen in our body, but then they don't really they cannot provide an explanation as to how this came about in the first place.
I don't think the scientist itself will be satisfied with the explanation. Right? And anyway, they won't get their PhD, they won't get their paper written by writing. By writing, all these are done by evolution. Right? Given enough time, this will happen. No, they will go and investigate what the proteins are made of and how do they actually do the walking motion. All those have to be justified, right? And when in the process of doing that, I don't think the driving force is evolution got it all figured out or something like that, right? The driving force is partially a sense of wonder of something new, something new. And that sense of wonder of something new can be accompanied by a sense of this is something very well designed. That there is a structure in the universe that you're trying to explore, no matter it is outer space or not, or is it the inner workings of the cell. There is a sense of structure and organization, right? Something like that. It's very difficult to fully reconcile that with the undercurrent that everything is just done by everything is just automatically done given enough time. It's very difficult to reconcile with that fully.
Okay.
So right. So that's the most mature observation I could say. It's regarding the scientist itself. Regarding the scientist. Now, it is, however, possible to be very dogmatic, whether you are pro-religion or pro-science. That means it's possible to be dogmatic if you're not at the forefront of things. That means you have quit exploring, so you think that religion has all the answer, or science has all the answer. Then you will be dogmatic and you will be extreme in that sense. And you won't be doing both. I feel that a good scientist will have that both. Will fulfill the duty of explaining the material world, but will be different, will be driven by something else rather than the material world. Right? But if you're not doing that and you're not very careful, then you become dogmatic and you think they exist separately or they're in contradiction of each other, something like that. And that's what I'm trying to say. That is what I'm trying to say in this. Hopefully I can say that in the whatever, like the last 2 paragraphs, or I don't know where I'm supposed to place that. Which, after I think about it, I'm not sure that is part of the GP law. That's where you have to come in. Is that even GP? If you try to talk about that part. Something like that. Okay, I'm not sure whether I have confused you even more. Okay, I just send you this thing. Yeah. So, So that took a long time to say, which is I think it's not a very practical thing to do in exam. However, I never think that I should be doing this in exam. I should have been doing this before exam. I should be thinking about these things. It's almost as if I already have my answer roughly. I have my stand already roughly. And whatever question that I choose to answer, I will have that in my mind already. I just have to meet the question. That's how I feel a good GP essay should be written. I don't believe a seeming assumption that you can just take a question totally new, just cobble up from what you know, and then you will get an ASA. I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's possible. I might be wrong, but I don't think so.
I see what you mean, yes.
What it feels to me, what you're trying to do is it does feel like you're doing that. So you're trying to gather all your facts and relevant facts. To be fair, you are collecting relevant facts, right? When you're first doing it, right? So, and then you hope that a coherent argument emerges from all the facts. If you just collect enough facts or all the facts, if possible, then you look at the facts and then a coherent argument emerges and you just have to write down that argument and then happy. That is what, now I think of it, that's what I feel that you're trying to do. You correct me if I'm wrong.
I think for certain questions, yeah, but I can see how that will only lead me to be like even more confused during the exam itself.
Yes, kind of, because I don't think that's a very that's how people that's how so difficult to say, because the issues are complex. Okay? Yes. The issues are complex. You cannot just look at the facts and then expect argument and not have an opinion yourself. I think the main reason why people have opinion, because it is not a very black and white issue. It is never. So if the issue is never supposed to be black and white in GP, that is why a nuanced answer, a mature and nuanced answer is, I don't know, for lack of a better word, appealing to the examiner and appealing to the reader, hopefully. Right? So it tries to addresses the things fairly, as comprehensive possible, if possible, without taking too much sides, but it's obvious that there is an opinion going on. It's obvious. And you can still speak based on either observations or speak in a very grounded manner. So I was really trying to speak in a grounded manner just now. I wasn't trying to sell my faith, so to speak.
I know.
I still based it on observation that people can do, even though it is, in this case, supposedly an internal observation. Supposedly. Now, that was what I'm trying to do. I'm not sure whether that is the right thing to do or the best thing to do or whatever.
In this case, yes, because GP is still an academic essay. Like I asked my dad also this question, and he his argument was very religious lah. Yeah.
Which I don't think we can do.
Yeah.
No matter our faith is Christian or Buddhist or Hindu or whatever. We cannot do that, but I think for practical reasons, because you're supposed to. I mean, actually, as a Christian, by right, by the standards of historical research, historical evidence. The resurrection is very strong, evidence-wise. If you compare it with the historical evidence of other historical figures. right? So yeah, then you can list down all that. Those
That
are
was the evidence. I was actually trying to Google it yesterday. I only know that there's a lot of
right.
eyewitness testimony, but that's not scientific evidence also, right?
Not true at all, right? So, but before we discuss this thing, before discussing, I would like to say first that why don't I go to that path? Because it is a path which is supposedly scientific. It is because scientific method to keep it the simplest way, to give it in the simplest way, the philosophy of scientific method is a method that everybody can agree. This is the way to get to the truth. So it's not a subjective truth. We're trying to use a method. Everybody can agree about the method, and the method will produce what you will call objective truth. So a truth that everybody can see it.
Yes.
People often confuse that with the real truth, so to speak, or the truth. Science are limited, right? Science are limited to only the truth that we can objectively see together.
Yes.
So at least we have an agreement. So it's a tool for agreement, right? And that's the philosophy of scientific method, and that's totally fine if you take it that way. Then once people do not do science, to be fair, when the real people are not doing science, are not doing exploration, are not doing questioning, are not doing new things, then they become dogmatic. They become, entrenched in their own beliefs. Right? Both can happen in the religion side and the scientific side. Now back to it. So I still do not feel comfortable talking even about that. So what the comparison between Jesus as a historical figure and then Jesus' resurrection, right? Compared to, for example, the life of Julius Caesar. What's the scientific method to agree that Julius Caesar is a real thing? And the records of his life is reasonably real. Okay. Once you ask it that way, you are no longer asking, do you believe in Jesus? Because that is not a scientific question. Okay. The scientific question here is, what's the proof that Julius Caesar exists? And what's the proof that Julius Caesar's life is like that? And let's compare that with using the same method. Let's compare it with Jesus. Let's compare it with Muhammad. Let's compare it with pharaohs. That is the start of that question to answer what is the evidence of Jesus as a historical person and Jesus as a resurrected figure. And at that point, the eyewitnesses are extremely strong. Why? Because first of all, what's the proof that Julius Caesar exists? What's the proof here? What are the records? The records for Julius Caesar does not come close to when he lives. It is, of course, a record of, Julius Caesar also don't write biography. So it must be written by somebody else, and that somebody else better be eyewitness. Better be a first resource, a main resource. That's how eyewitnesses is viewed in historical record. Oh, you're a person who witnessed Julius Caesar and you're writing it. So you're rather credible. So who are the eyewitnesses of Jesus and Julius Caesar? When the record is written, how close is it to the person's purported life? That's already the first test. The closer, the less likely it is to be a scam, so to speak. Yes. Right? You don't compare the evidence of Jesus Christ with the evidence of things you can see right now. That's not the scientific method. At least that's not the scientific historical method. Okay? I haven't even given you why it is wrong, but you can see my point of view. Most people don't think in terms of historical scientific method. Yeah, they are not being fair. No wonder we disagree, because the method also cannot agree. Just agree on the method first. That's all we're trying to say. If you're a real history scholar, you must agree on the method. You must agree on the standard. Then we measure based on that standard. We don't have to talk about faith. Now, even then, I am not comfortable at all quoting all that for this question. Definitely not. even the fact that we can answer a supposed faith question scientifically, I'm also not comfortable. It doesn't feel like what GP is trying to do. So I don't want to, that means because I feel that I am proselytizing. Okay? I was thinking, should I do it or should I not do it? Okay, maybe I should, maybe I don't. I'm not comfortable, right? However, it doesn't mean that I'm correct to feel comfortable. That's the thing. Okay, what I'm trying to say is I can answer that question scientifically, not religiously, not philosophically. That's what I mean. I think GP is not does not allow a fully philosophical question answer. Is what I feel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry. Am I making it worse?
No. Because I was thinking of writing that also, but
that is what. That is what.
Huh?
What is that? That is what.
But like the fact that there's evidence to suggest that Jesus is an actual historical person.
Oh, now I know why I'm not comfortable. No. Because
I see what you mean.
there is little, oh my goodness. There's little evidence based on historical scientific method, okay? Okay, based on the agreed historical method that other religion is historical. That's why I am uncomfortable. That's why I'm uncomfortable. That means as a Christian, I'm biased. I believe only the Christian faith is relevant. The rest will become increasingly irrelevant as you advance scientifically. Yeah, but I don't want to go to that in this thing. Because I probably only have one paragraph to write that, and I won't be able to write that down in a very mature and nuanced manner. I won't be able to. So that is the reason why I'm uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I never thought that other religion will become more relevant. Will they have more adherent or will they have more followers? Probably. But relevance, it's probably more based on disappointment. That's why I start from it. It's probably based on that. Disappointment on the scientific promise. On the materialistic promise. Yeah. That's why I'm not comfortable with it. But that's me lah. That's me. That's not you lah. Okay, so what did you get, by the way? What did you get by hearing all this in 1 hour? Right?
Okay, what's my original? I'm just looking for my original.
Okay.
I got the main two things that I got was the very first thing that you were talking about, because I've been thinking about that a lot also, but I didn't actually consider that for this question.
What is it that I talk about first? Sorry, I'm sorry. What was that?
Like those who are not as fortunate to be able to access like the goods and services that science provides, they need to find
there will forever be inequality one. And according to the Pareto law, the equality will be extremely severe inequality. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So you're considering their point of view, which is it turns out to be quite numerous, right? It's not a small section of the population.
Yeah.
Again, I'm hiding behind Pareto law, but that is, I think, observable not in Singapore though, in the general world, right? I think. Yeah. Okay, I understand what I'm saying. Mm-hmm.
And then the very last point also, like, I mean, if we hadn't talked about that, I would have written that exam. But I can see
Which is what?
the evidence thing, the proof that
Everything.
the historical scientific evidence, that one.
Oh, so you think that might be
No, at first I thought, but then
writable? Mm-hmm.
I can see how
You
that
see?
could be a potentially like biased argument also.
So at this point, let me clarify what my point of view about being biased is, right? I'm not sure whether it's addressed in GP or not, right? Because it almost felt that any point which is biased is unacceptable, and you have to be perfectly balanced, or something like that. Something like that. It almost felt like that when I read some of the ways the argument is structured, right? It almost felt like that. There's a safe way of doing it. But what I meant by I'm not ready to write that down in GP is not because it is biased. I think, I'm not sure whether GP addressed this, but what is supposed to be clear is everybody's bias. So every writer has a bias. As long as it's clear and the reader is clear, that's fine. A writer's job is not to be unbiased. But I think the way GP is taught, maybe I'm sensing, is that you're supposed to be unbiased and therefore you're supposed to be balanced in your argument.
Yeah.
But I never took that. For example, in this question, I take it with a certain stand and opinion already.
Yeah.
So I am being biased, of course, against my own answer, right? And I'm supposed to justify that. And the way I justify that must be in a generally agreed way, right? The GP way, whatever that is, right? Which seems to be, give balance, give nuance, give a mature way of saying whatever that means, even though you are a biased person. And it is okay for you to be biased. It's just that your answer cannot be unfair. I don't know how to say. It's so difficult to say. It cannot be unfair. I don't know how to say it. If you understand what I'm saying, yeah. So I'm not afraid because I'm biased. I'm afraid that I don't have enough space and time to answer it properly. That's what I'm afraid of. And that's why it's a very practical consideration. Instead of, if the question is straightforward, is Christian relevant? I'm just going to jump to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that question won't be asked. That question won't be asked, right? Is Christian still relevant? Well, yes, this is the reason. I mean, those kind of questions, which is very, because GP's questions are not supposed to be controversial, right? So, but if you ask a controversial question, people who answer will be biased. Okay, it's just a matter of whether you can present your point of view, even though biased, in a way that is hopefully understandable to the other side. Speak
Yeah.
That's the purpose That's the purpose of it. Anyway, yes, Aditya and Kakak Brian, I can see both of you. Yeah. So I'm happy that you don't become more confused, Ego, I guess. We can talk more and explore other topics more. We can, right? Probably we should be doing that because we have time. If we don't have time, maybe that's not the thing to do, right? So again, my stand, I'm biased here, that you have done a proper exploration of the general topic. Then you can go and do a good job in GP. If not, you have your facts to retreat to, and you won't score very badly. So the options are there. It's not very. It's either you get a reasonably good essay or a very good essay. So those are the options.
Okay.
That's how I see it. But for tomorrow, I don't know what will happen. I will urge you to treat tomorrow as an experiment. Maybe you try to do something new. Yeah. You do something new. You do a bit of a breakthrough.
My approach for this exam has been completely different from my previous approaches also. So
wonderful. Yeah, let's see how correct. Because we can do it. We can experiment. And that's a very good attitude. I feel like. Okay. Open. Okay. All the best for tomorrow. Okay. Okay. I'll see you on Sunday.
Yes.
All right. Bye. So Aditya, I see that your video is ready, lah. Right, Aditya? I see all this different topic already, lah. This is not what you usually ask me. So Aditya, I actually cannot hear you. By the way, I think you're muted.
Oh yeah. Hello.
Right. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna ask Kakak Brian and Elliot to be in the breakout room, and then I'm gonna ask you what are we doing here, right? Okay. You seem to know what you're doing, so let me ask that later. Kakak Brian, Elliot, can I ask you to be in the breakout room? Okay. By the way, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Elliot. Okay. So what are we doing now, Aditya?
It's a past prelim practice paper.
And you are doing that because that's a preparation for after holiday, is it? The prelim, lah.
Yeah, holidays start on Friday.
Yeah. Like
So,
tomorrow, is it?
And
Tomorrow, is it?
did I send you the timetable?
For the prelim? No, I don't think so. Could you send me? Could you send me? Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Oh, I did.
Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Sorry, I must be, I must be a bit confused with a lot of information. Aditya. Oh yeah, nice. We haven't talked about this much. Okay. Hey, okay, let me see that one more time. See. Open. Oh, there. Yeah. July. So 2 weeks. It's a 2 weeks of. Yeah, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to have to do something here now. So I'm going to put this in the Jamboard, right? Then I'm going to ask you which one is which lah for you, right? So your Jamboard will be. I'll just use the 16 May one, yeah? So.
Okay.
Right, I'll be in the 16 May and I have your schedule inside space. I'm sorry, I'm very slow. Okay, I don't know what's. Oh, okay, there you go. Okay. No, it's very slow. Okay. I can go in and then I can go to page 8, I think. Could you join me in page 8 and then help me with something here? Okay. So I'm going to highlight what. Yeah, okay. I'm going to highlight which one is yours. So you tell me lah. So for Monday, July 3rd, which one is yours?
Page
8.
Monday,
yeah.
I don't have any.
Okay, so nothing. Right. Then Tuesday.
Tuesday, first language English.
First language English, right? Reading passages. Okay, sure thing. Then next one.
And then 5th July, all of them.
Oh, really? All the chemistry and global perspective. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then Thursday.
Thursday, international mathematics, both of them.
That's the easy math, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
That's not A math, right? That's not what you're doing, for example. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's not what we're doing. No.
Yeah, okay, understand. Okay. Then Friday.
Friday,
physics.
all 3.
Oh dear. Okay, that's a heavy first week. Oh no, okay, no, doable. Okay, then second Monday.
Monday, the first language English. And all
English,
three
and
biology, yeah.
because you're a triple science guy. Okay. And Tuesday is your additional math, paper 1. What else?
That's all.
Okay. Then Wednesday, additional math, paper 2. And then Thursday? Thursday and Friday?
Thursday,
Nothing.
nothing. That's the
Okay.
last.
Understood. 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 Probably very doable. Probably very doable. Okay, just to confirm, are you worried about the schedule? Tell me which part you're worried about. Sorry. Which one worries you, and in what way?
Just the fact that I've got chemistry and GP on the same day.
Chemistry and GP. Yeah. I would be worried on that. I would be. Anything else?
Other than that, not really.
Yeah, the math is fine. The physics is fine. I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. English and biology seems perfectly fine. The math, additional math is split to 2 days. Absolutely fine, right? Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So duration 2 hours. Let me see the duration for a while. Wow, it can be a bit scary though. The long days can be a bit scary.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I can, yeah. Okay. If there's nothing else is worrying, I understand your schedule and I don't have much comment. Right now, this prelim paper is given by your teacher, I suppose.
Yeah.
How many prelim papers are you given?
For AMAT, I think I have 3 now.
Okay. So
But
only
there's
3 for
more on
your. Oh, okay, good. Now, since you're seriously trying to prepare for preliminary, can I explain how I usually ask my students to train? Okay, can I do that?
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
this method works the harder the subject. When the subject is easy for you, you don't need strategy or method lah. Just do it low. International math, whatever you want to do lah. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Chemistry, if chemistry is easy for you, no need this method low. But if this subject or this exam worries you a bit or worries you a lot, the more challenging it is, the more effective the method is supposed to be lah. Okay. So if right now your AMAT is easy for you, you don't need methods or techniques. For that fact, you probably don't even need tuition, right? So what is your concern? How concerned are you with additional math right now?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say 6 or 7.
That's what is 6 or 7? Your level of worry, or what was it?
Yeah, level of worry.
Your level of worry. Is that high or low, or why is 6 or 7?
Well, I think it should be like a 9, but it's still a 7.
Let me put it in the most positive way I can say. You're already at 7 even before holiday starts. To me, that shows your concern. To me. What I want you to happen is not that at the end of holiday you get a 9. I'm super concerned the week before I start my prelim. Well, that's a bit useless, because when the week starts, you have no time to study for AMAT already. Right?
Yeah.
At the last week, you will be studying, I think you'll be studying all other things besides AMAT, because there's a lot of other subjects to study. So I think my goal is to suggest a very effective way of training, considering the limited time, so that my main goal is always for everybody, that your pressure level is at the appropriate pressure level. The appropriate pressure level where you'll be very motivated to do the exam, but you're not tired or stressed by it. Right? For most people, that is actually a rather low level of pressure, not a high one. And that is what I feel should be done for most of my students. So for students that are in A-level or IB, is as you know it, I strive to lower their level of pressure appropriately so that in exam they can perform very well. That's my logic. That's the logic of my training. Right? Now you, Aditya, if you perform very well under high pressure, then don't do this training. It doesn't make sense for you. If you need your pressure level to be high so that your AMAT is good, then please don't do this training. In that sense, so I'm trying to say. Now, what do you think?
I don't think I work that well under pressure, actually.
You work best under what then?
Like a little bit of pressure, but not like pressure, you know.
Yeah, not even medium. I'll probably say that. Just a little bit is enough.
No, like medium. Yeah,
Medium. Not
Yeah.
high, not high, definitely not high. Right? And you're saying that knowing yourself, you don't want high pressure for additional math, paper 1 and paper 2.
Yeah.
Generally, I also think like that for myself and for my students, right? Of course, there's always exception. There are those people who, just simply do better under high levels of pressure. Actually, I do have one student like that. Crazy. I was think crazy guy. Crazy girl, actually. So is 6 or 7 medium or high or medium high or what?
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, like 4 to
A 4 will be seems to be optimal for you. In general, that's what I'm aiming also is roughly a 3 to a 4. But appropriately, you don't psycho yourself. That's not what I mean.
your voice is not.
Your voice is also a bit numb. How come? That's a bit weird. What's going on here? Can you hear me clearly now?
I think my internet connection is on.
So can you hear me or not?
Yeah, now
is
I
it
can.
bad? Okay. If it is getting worse, just tell me again. Okay, we'll adjust somehow. Okay. So far, what you want seems to be the same as what I want. In general, I think that should be the way we approach difficult subject. Lower the pressure very appropriately. So what I'm going to explain in the end, the goal is that. Okay, that's the goal, right? So you tell me whether you have heard me say this before, right? So for all my final year student, I say to them, you have 2 hours for your AMAT, right? 2 hours. Look at the Jamboard. So of these 2 hours, I will take 1/3 first, and I will take 2/3. Okay, 1/3 is 1 of 2 hours is 120 minutes. So this is 40 minutes, right? 40 minutes, and this is 80 minutes. I will say to you, Aditya, you have in your practice 80 minutes to do your paper 1 and paper 2. That doesn't sound like I'm lowering your pressure. Wait a minute, right? So what's this 40 minutes about? I will ask you, Aditya, you're gonna first of all read all the questions. You're gonna read and prepare, and today you will discuss those questions with me, especially questions which seems hard or don't know how to do. The discussion, I must discuss in a slightly different way than tuition. I cannot even tell you the first step. I must only hopefully trigger what you already know. So I must give you hints, even more so. I cannot reveal to you how it is, supposed to be done step by step. We are purely discussing them without, so to speak, doing them. Now, what I mean is that it doesn't mean that you cannot write things, but you write things to figure out how to do the question, not to actually do it. I'm not sure whether that makes sense or not. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
Let me give you an example. Now, 1A is not a very difficult question. Am I correct for you?
Yeah.
Okay, then just to ascertain that, can you describe what you will do? And instead of doing it, can you describe it to me?
Um,
in general sentences instead of the step by step.
so I'll make this equation in terms of y,
Sure thing.
then sub that into here.
Okay.
Then
And you expect to get what from that?
so this would be 5 minus 2x.
No. I mean, what do you expect to get out of that? Why do
Oh,
you do that? Why do that?
I can remove the y from this and I can
Okay.
solve it.
Right. Okay. And at this point, of course, it's very obvious that you know what to do. And then just to ascertain everything, how many x's and how many y's will you give as the final?
2 x's and 2 y's, I think.
Okay. And then you'll be happy and you think that's five answers.
Yeah.
Agree? Okay. Now you take you can use pencil or pen, but write down 5 next to 5. That is how you finish your reading. So because the 40 minutes is reading, when you write 5, you're declaring to yourself, I think I can get 5. Making any sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now over there. So again, let me clarify first. Do you think you can get 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have finished reading question 1. Okay. Now let's go to B. Let's go to B. Okay. Hence and hours. La 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 la. Okay. So what's going on here? Do you understand the question?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any need to discuss with me?
No, it's just no.
Okay. Then final question to close the reading. How many marks do you think you will get?
For this too.
Yeah. Okay. Then write down 2 and then we'll move on. Okay. Let's move on to the second. So this is us doing the training. This is the training, by the way. We read first, we discuss first in an effort to, clarify your brain and make it very low pressure. Right? Sketch, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. All right. You're not supposed to sketch, okay? You're not supposed to sketch. You're not supposed to do. Okay. So what do you think? Is there anything to discuss here?
So the intercepts are going to be like the value
1.
of x was 0, right?
Yep. So 1, in this case 1, right?
In this case 1, in this case
you can write 1. Yeah, you can write further minus 1. You can write minus half. Yeah, minus half. Yeah, minus half, and then that's minus 2, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously that's what they want, right? The intercept with the coordinate axis, lah. So you have these 3 intercepts, right? Okay, which is nice, which is very nice, right? It's very nice, right? But is this enough? You have these 3 points. Are you sure that's enough?
No, then we need to find the y-intercept.
Which is, how do you do that? I mean, it's quite obvious. What is it? So what is it?
You need to equate like y as 0. No. You need to equate x as 0.
Correct. That was the other one, right? So x equals to 0, and then you have the y-intercept. So you play tell, what is the y-intercept? It's kind of easy to see.
3.
Wait, no, totally no. Could you do some sort of symbol calculation? Right. Yep. And then, which is clearly not 3. This will be y equals to
negative 3 times 1 times negative 6.
Yeah. So this will be the y-intercept, I believe. That makes sense, huh? I hope.
Yeah.
Is this enough for you to start sketching?
No, then we need to do the table with the x values as 0, 1, negative 1.
Oh, you want more coordinates. Okay, at this point I'll say to you, right? Well, first of all, it's a sketch, not a draw. So sketch means you can sketch more, less accurately. Drawing means you have to draw more accurately, which your table approach will be very welcome, because it is time consuming and they give you more marks for that. This is a sketch, and my argument is this. My argument is once you put all these 4 points, correct? The x and the y intersects. I believe you can guess the general shape, and then you can sketch, and then there will be 3 marks. That is my opinion right now. Now, what do you think?
Yeah, that makes more sense then.
Okay,
Wasting time.
because 3 marks, because 3 marks. No. Doesn't mean that you'll get all the 3 marks, doesn't mean that. So, but now, anything else to discuss, and how many marks you will get, you think?
I think I'll get, for this, I think I'll get 3.
Okay, then write down 3. So, although a bit subjective, Aditya, but what you're doing with your pencil is not considered doing lah. It's considered a very quick analysis of what the question is. And that helps you figure out what you're supposed to do. And we are supposed to do that in reading. I mean, when we read to understand, we read to understand what we're supposed to do. So doing this kind of thing very quickly is a very good idea. Okay, a bit subjective lah, yeah, but good lah.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
No,
Let's move on to B. Okay, let's move on to B. Right. Okay, what is that? And what does this? What is this then? Oh, that's a nice 2 marks.
It's just the values for the x-intercept.
No. Okay, so I'm trying my best to help you without showing you that. So now, this is my request to you. Can you sketch a possible shape of the graph? You wouldn't know that it's true or not, but just sketch a possible shape. Just roughly lah, just roughly. I mean the general shape of the graph.
Oh, okay.
Will it be quadratic? Obviously not. But what will be like something? Okay, maybe something like that. Okay, fine. Okay, maybe. Okay. Let's say it's something like that's that. I disagree with that. Okay, but let's say even though this is wrong, you'll be corrected by the real point. So I don't mind. Now look at this graph, which I disagree, and it does not matter. If this is the graph, how would you answer to B? Find the value of x where smaller than 0. It should be very obvious graphically.
This point, and this point.
Yeah.
Is the like x?
No. Just point to the points. From where to where? From where to where?
From this point.
From
to this
this.
point.
Hey, you're not making any sense. What does the question say? Find the value of x where this smaller than 0, right? What does this smaller than? I'm sorry. Did I read correctly? I'm saying because I cannot read the question. Okay.
Yeah, less than 0.
Yeah, smaller than 0. Okay. So what does smaller than 0 mean to you? I think you kind of it. Not okay then.
It means that when you sub in a value into this equation, it has to be less than 0 when you solve it.
Obviously, you're correct, but graphically, it's very simple. I'm trying my best to hint you. That thing is y, right? Y is smaller than 0. What does graphically y smaller than 0 mean?
Is this point?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. So you're confused with smaller than 0. Let me now explain to you. So this is the first time I explain to you, and because I feel that you're missing it, right? Y smaller than 0 simply means y negative, right? Means y negative. And where is y equals to 0? Just to be clear, where is that? That's wrong. That's not y equals to 0. That's the 0, 0 point. Let me be very clear.
Oh.
Where is y equals 0? The x-axis. Y equals to 0 is the x-axis. So where is the graph where it is below the x-axis lah? That's what it means. Do you understand? That's what y smaller than 0 mean. Below x-axis. Again, does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, then show me where graphically. From where to where?
From this
From
point.
there to.
And like not including this point.
Yeah. So say it in two steps. From where to where, and then from where to where. Say. Your
So
presentation should be from here to
here,
here, and then from here,
here.
yes, to there. Yeah, that's how you should answer. Lah. Make sense?
Yeah.
So now it depends on the shape of your graph. Look. This is not the real graph now. We just use it for practice. Lah.
Okay.
Any other question?
No.
Then what's your prediction for the mark?
Probably 2 marks now that I know how it works.
Okay, then put it there too. Now, notice that we have been discussing 2 questions without answering it, so to speak. Some will say we're wasting time, right? You know how to do, why don't you waste time? Do you feel that your sense of pressure is increasing in any way?
No, not really.
How come this is so? You have 2 questions in your mind, but your mind is not feeling crowded at all. Is that true?
Sorry?
We have discussed 2 questions and you settle the discussion. That means there are 2 questions in your mind. Correct enough right now.
Yeah.
And yet your mind doesn't feel crowded. That's one source of pressure, you see. It doesn't feel crowded at all, yes?
Not yet, because these aren't that hard questions. Like,
All right. However, I'm willing to bet right now, I'm betting before it happens. I'm betting that after we discuss all questions, let's say there's 12 questions, you don't feel a sense of crowdedness at all, even after 12 questions. That's my bet. Look, let's see whether it's true or not. Okay? You're going to experience it anyway, right? Okay, so by the way, we can skip discussing a question. We can alter the order of the question that we want to discuss. Let me state this very clearly. You do not have to do from 1 to 12. Nonsense. Okay, so now for question 3, do you want to do this now or later?
Later, because it's just...
Okay, freebie? No problem. Freebie, now or later? You can skip questions. You should skip it. Like if you feel like you don't feel like it, skip it or not. Okay, good. Now question 4. Do we do this now?
No, because I mean,
I see. I mean, I can guess why. Okay. I'll follow you. How about 4B?
yeah, we don't need to do A because it's easy enough, but B, I think we need to.
I'm sorry. You don't need to do 4A. What do you mean by that? I'm sorry.
Because it's just drawing 2x minus 3 and then removing the part that's under the x-axis and moving it up.
Yeah, that means you know how to do it, right?
Yeah.
As in, are you ready to predict your marks? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'll probably. I think.
Okay, then predict the marks, and then let's move to B. Right now, do you think you can do B?
No.
Do you want to discuss it first, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, I am trying to give you hints, right? Not how to do it. Right? Now, you notice that you have drawn the right-hand side, right? Absolute 2x minus 3. It's already on top there, correct?
Okay.
The 3x minus 1 is not in part A, and therefore it is also not drawn. Okay?
Yeah.
I am telling you, I'm saying to you, if you draw 3x minus 1 on top, you will be able to see the answer almost immediately. Maybe you have to do some additional steps, but you will be able to see it rather than a blank. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to just try? Let's pretend to draw absolute 2x minus 3. Just pretend. Just draw something there. Okay. Using a pencil, just pretend, right? You're supposed to draw something like a V, right? Okay, happy. Okay.
Oh wait,
then let's. I'm sorry.
It should be like on the positive.
Yeah, I'll leave it to you. No, I know. We're just pretending. We're just. That's a pencil, by the way, right? That's a pencil, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't draw too hard. We're pretending, remember? Right now, pretend to draw 3x minus 1. Just pretend lah. So what does it look like? Pretend. Just draw a line. Just draw it. Okay, something like that. Okay, again, not too hard here because you have to erase this, right? So where is 3x minus 1 bigger than absolute 2x minus 3? Where?
Bigger than here.
Only there. Am I correct?
Like
Only between these 2 points. Hey, it doesn't make sense. When you stretch to the right, it's obvious that 3x minus 1 is lower than absolute 2x minus 3. Whereas he wants 3x minus 1 to be bigger. That means higher dong. Higher, right? Make sense?
Yeah.
So from where to where? Let's be very clear. From where to where in your, pretend graph?
Here.
Yeah. So from that point to that point, correct? From this point to that point. Okay. Now, are you able to find those 2 points accurately? Because solving means you cannot rely on your drawing. Your drawing is just there to hint you. Is it possible or not for you to actually find the 2 points? This is the last test.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I think so. It will be like simultaneous equations, right?
I cannot tell you how it's there. I cannot tell you. I'll give you my last hint. And then you predict your mark. Okay. So in the V graph, I'm gonna have you observe the V graph, the absolute graph. The absolute graph is V. It means that it is actually 2 lines. I hope you can see it that way. One line, the other line. It's a V. Yes?
Yeah.
So the 3x minus 1 will intersect both lines. If you can intersect 3x minus 1 with 2 lines, both lines, then you will get 2 points of intersection, and that will be your answer. Am I making any sense?
Yeah.
That's all I can give you. Predict your marks, please.
I would say 2. I feel.
Give it 2. And then let's move on.
Okay.
I'm already having a sense of how this graph is like. Okay, good. Now, a function graph. All right, so you tell me lah. What do you think?
Range.
What do you think?
I think range is okay.
Range is okay. All right, sure thing, right? No comments, right? Okay. Not sure how good you are here, right? Okay, then inverse.
Inverse is even more okay.
Sure thing, I like that a lot. Okay, we need inverse. Okay, good. Okay, then part C.
Oh yeah, part C. Part C. When x equals to 0.
When x equals to 0. Yeah. And can you do that? Find the gradient, right? Okay.
I'll just
yes, tell me. What do you have to do?
have to dy over dx and then sub in 0.
Looks good to me. All right, good. All right, you have your prediction. Let's move on. Are you feeling crowded right now? Up there in your brain?
Yeah.
It does feel crowded. I'm serious. Seriously, you feel crowded in your brain right now?
A bit. Like, I'm thinking of how, like, it will be in my prelims.
What? How it will in your prelims? You're thinking about the future paper instead of this paper.
Yeah, kind of.
But what? I mean, it's important to do that. But what? That means the reason of your crowdedness up there is because you are not fully focused on this paper.
Yeah.
If you're fully focused on this paper, would you experience less pressure?
Yeah.
Which seems to be good for your performance, right? So I will ask you, let go of your future worries. Okay? Just worry about the paper in front of you. It's enough for now. Let's worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow lah. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? This paper is plenty enough lah. Okay? This paper is plenty enough. Now, what do you think about 6A?
I forgot how to do amplitude and period. So
Okay, let me try to hint you. If cannot, then we'll skip lah. Okay, skip. So look at the function, not just the graph. Okay, look at the function. Okay, look at the three numbers there. P over 2, 2 and half. Would you please kindly circle them first? Circle the three numbers.
yeah.
Okay, just circle them using a pencil or whatever. Okay, good, good. Now, you know the graph of cosine x, right? If you don't know, tell me lah. Okay.
I do.
Okay. Then would you kindly sketch a cosine x graph for me just separately, just so that we can confirm you're okay? Okay, this is part of my hint, by the way, right? Okay. Looks good. Looks kind of nice. Okay, right. Okay. Now, Aditya, what you're drawing is the sine graph, not the cosine graph. So don't erase it. Do another one, please. That's a very nice looking sine graph. That's not cosine graph.
Okay.
Right. Don't erase it. Do it again.
Oh yeah, cosine graph starts from the top.
You're saying, I'm sorry, you're saying?
Cosine graph starts from the top.
I would agree with that. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Now, this is a cosine graph. Good. Now, would you please just tell me the amplitude of the cosine graph somehow? Can you answer that? I'm sorry, what is it?
Is it 1?
Okay. Could you please put the number 1 in your cosine graph? Good. And -1, -4, right? Good. Now, what's the period of the cosine graph?
4.
No, they have cosine graph have 4 quadrants at most. What's the period? That means when does it start to repeat? Or in this graph, what's the end? In your graph, what's the end? What's the rightmost point in the x-axis? Yeah, that guy. Who's that guy?
1? Is it also 1?
Oh, that's 2 pi or 360. Write down. Hey, this is a revision.
Oh,
There's a 2
yeah.
pi or 360, right? So you have to remember that, right? Or 360. And after that, the cosine graph will repeat. Am I correct?
Yeah.
That's why you don't draw more than this, but you can if you want to. Nothing stops you. Just know that it repeats at 2 pi or 360. Okay, Ken? End of revision. Right? You're no longer that rusty. Okay, now you got to figure out what 3 over 2 means, what 2 means, and what half means, and then you can answer almost everything in the question, not just part A. That is the essence of the question. You have to know what 3 over 2, 2 and a half means. Do you know what they mean?
3 over half means like half it like it
Half means, yes,
it
tell
goes
me. It goes half up. It goes half
yeah.
up. So I think, okay, I agree with you. You are correct. Then 2 or 3 over 2 first?
2 means how many of these fit in
In
this
2
like
pi. In 2 pi.
in
Yeah, in 2 pi.
2 pi, yeah.
Yeah, which does it surprise you that the question graph ends at pi? Does that surprise you at all?
No.
Because that makes sense. I hope that means there are 2 of these in 2 pi lah.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. So you figured out 2
It will
already.
repeat again
Yeah.
for 2
Good. You
pi.
figured out 2 already, correct? You have figured out 2, right?
Yeah.
So you figure out half. Good. Now how about 3 over 2? What is that?
I have no clue.
Okay, I'm going to try to give you a hint, but that's all I can give you lah. Now look at your cosine graph, okay? Look at your cosine graph. Now, I'm going to ask you to please write down y equals to 2 cosine x. Write down first. Below your graph, good. Now, obviously, you drawn cosine x, not 2 cosine x, right? So I'm asking you, do not redraw. Do not redraw your graph at all, but modify your graph. I mean, modify means modify the number if you can. What is the effect of 2 cosine x in your graph, for your graph?
I actually have no clue. Like,
okay, I'm trying to hint you again. So, first of all, will it affect the x-axis or the y-axis or both or what?
I think both.
No, just one. And it is just the y-axis. So it is not affecting the x-axis, right? That looks very complicated until, let me explain to you. Ignore the 2 for a while. Cosine x, okay? Just focus on the cosine x. It goes from 1 to -1 to 1, correct?
Yeah.
So 2 times that. 2 times cosine x is 2 times going from 1 to -1 to 1. So what is 2 times 1 to -1 to 1? What does that become?
2 to -2.
To 2. Correct.
To
Change
2,
your 1
yes.
to 2. Change your -1 to -2. Change it. Yeah, just scratch the number. Just scratch the number. 2 and there you go. This is 2 cosine x. Look. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, what is 3 over 2 in the question? Do you know how to deal with that?
Yeah, so this is 3 over 2 plus half.
I have no comment. I cannot say whether you're right or wrong. Now, I have finished my hint. Do you think you can do the question? You just do whatever you want first before you predict it. Just analyze the question however you want it, then make a prediction.
Um,
You can write the numbers if you want to, yeah. That's not considered doing things, right?
yeah, I think I can do it like, yeah.
Okay. All right. Then close your reading by predicting.
Close my reading by, sorry.
As per usual, we close our reading by predicting our marks, right? That's how we declare, right? That's how we declare to ourselves. Yeah, I think based on my analysis, I will get this, right? How can you do that if you haven't, finished your analysis, right?
I think I'll get 2 then.
Yeah, so put 2 and then go to B and then whatever. And I think I lost your video just now.
Oh, should we connecting? Wonder why. Is it okay if I go check my set-top box?
Sure thing.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, I'm back.
Yes, yes, I can see you. All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Have you made your prediction for ABC?
Yeah.
I do write it down because I cannot see. I cannot see past I cannot see your okay, to okay, okay, now I can see. Okay. Are you happy? We can move on then.
Yeah.
All right, sure. Right. You feel free to ask question. Do you want to ask question or not? Do you want to?
No, not really.
All right. Okay. Hey, what do you think about 7? Ainesh, I can see you. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Actually,
All right, cool. Yes, I can.
I have a question.
Yes,
I was doing my bio and chem papers,
yes.
and now this AMath, and
Yep.
all the topics, like all the questions are in order of topic.
I'm sorry. All the questions are what? I'm sorry.
Like the first 3 questions would be of one topic, then the next question would be of another topic.
I'm sorry. Are you talking about the bio paper or the? Sorry, I don't get it. Sorry.
All of them. All of them.
All of them are. Are you saying that all of them has a certain order to the topics? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's from chapter 1 to the last chapter.
Oh, you mean the question order is the chapters order?
Yeah, is it like that in the IGCSE too?
Not as far as I can tell. For paper 2, I don't think so. But for MCQ, that means I'm only talking about physics, bio, and chem. For MCQs, traditionally it is like that. That means for non-MCQ, not like that. Don't count on it. That means don't count on it. Now, here's the thing, Aditya. Here's the thing. I believe, to reduce your pressure, to give you a greater sense of control, something important in a difficult paper like AMath, right? You should decide your own order of doing things. For example, if you somehow decide that you need to do it according to the chapter's order, I've never met a person like that, but let's say you decide that you need to do that, then you reorder the question for your own benefit.
Okay.
Some people decide otherwise. I need to do it reverse order. So I need to do the newest topic first, integration, then differentiation, then go back. Okay. And then you reorder the question in your own benefit. You can and you should do that. Meaning to say, you have decided on the order of how you want to do things before exam, based on your experience, what's the best for you, and then kind of stick to that order when you're reading. You only change a bit after you read, so to speak. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, have you decided on the order? I don't think so, but by mid of June, if you like that idea, I will ask you about your order. What's your order and are you sticking to it, so to speak? That usually have a positive effect on most people. Okay, you understand me?
Yeah.
So you don't care about the order of the question, you care about your own order. Yeah, that's the right thing to do. Okay, so I'm just still waiting for your video, yeah? All right, so you decide, Aditya, do we talk about this question or not?
Is progression.
You can ask me questions. I will try my best to answer. Inesh, I'm in yesterday's Jamboard, right? So, but what are we doing? You tell me.
Yep.
Oh, yes, yesterday's. So, how is it, Aditya? Is this something we talk about? No.
I think I can do 7A because it's just the formula. Yeah.
Sure thing. Sure thing. So I take it that you know the R lah. You can see the
Yeah.
R lah. Okay, sure thing. Sure thing. Right. And yes, you can rely on the formula. Yes. And then how about the next one?
B part 1 is a bit funny. Oh wait.
Yeah, I would think so lah.
Oh yeah, it is a bit.
I mean, they try to. It's not the most difficult thing lah, but the only hint I can tell you is this lah. To find D, what he asking you is find the D, correct or not?
Yeah.
The only thing I can say to you is that, finding D is simply second term minus first term, for example. Simply. And you should trust in that and go for it.
Okay.
Right. But I think that's all I can give you. Right? In view of this, the question might feel a bit disorienting, but I think you should stick to that. Now, if you're happy, make a prediction. If not, ask more questions or just abandon. Okay, Ainesh, do make it a landscape, please. Thank you. Okay, not getting Ainesh. Still not landscape. Okay, there you go. Okay, so Ainesh, do zoom in a little bit. Where shall we continue? Right. You ask me question, Ainesh. You ask me questions. Right. Lead the way.
Yeah.
I cannot hear you very well.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the
It
channel.
is using the iPhone. Yeah, it is using that. Right. Okay. You ask me question. Aditya, are you okay?
I really have I don't know how I would do it. I think I'll get a 1
Hopefully,
because
I
I'll probably
understand.
just write
I understand.
sine square theta
Yeah.
cos square theta minus sine square theta
And then see what happens.
and leave it at that.
Maybe you go slightly further than that, but I mean, I understand what you're saying. So just give it your best, okay? Just give it your best for now. How about part 2? Finish your prediction. It can be 1, it can be 0, it can be 4, it can be 3, and then let's move on. Right?
3, definitely.
Oh, you are. Wait, how come you're wait, this one I am confused. How come you're confident with the part 2 if you are not confident with finding D in part 1?
Oh,
That
wait.
doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me at all. You need the dy.
Yeah.
Think about it, okay? Think about it.
Like a 1/2,
Okay, sure. Let's move on. Ash, your question, please.
I think some of these I already understand.
I know the answer. You copied the answer already. Do you have a question on it? Do you understand 9A, 9B, 9C, 9D, 9E? Go through one by one.
Yeah, exactly.
So 9A, okay or not?
Well, no, actually, no, it's not. How's that not an empty set? Oh, because
No.
0 is a variable. Okay, no.
Wait, let me ask you, is this an empty set or not?
No, because 0 is a
Because? Very good, very good. Okay,
It's the same thing.
Aditya, are you okay?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Hey, what is this? Yeah, I'm a bit confused. I'm a bit confused with part C. Sorry. Let me just read it again. You go to D first. I have no idea what C means. Okay, that's new to me. Let me just confirm it. Aditya, if you're okay, make a prediction. And you have to wait for me. Just move on. Okay. If you don't have anything to ask me, move on. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, Anish, I have no idea what C is. I have no idea at all. I'm very confused. Let's ignore that. As in, I will go and find the answers. Right? Okay, let's not get hung up to it. I owe you this. That's all right. I owe you that. Okay, I'm going to put it in the WhatsApp just to remind me. Okay, let's not get hung up on that. Okay. Aditya, you predict 0, but actually, do you have any question?
Yeah, I have no idea how long graphs work.
Okay, then my question is, can you use calculator for this paper? EDC, I mean.
No, we can use normal calculator, but not graph calculator.
Okay, then let me tell you. You tell me just now that when you sketch, you want to use the table, like you construct a table, correct? Like then I remember the second question, I believe, right? Will the table method help you to sketch here, even though you don't know the shape of the graph at all? You still have your normal calculator with you. What? Will it help or not?
Yeah.
Well, then, what do you think? Right? It'll take some time, but what do you think about your prediction? Okay, you make your prediction. Yeah? So, Anish, any questions so far? Anish, are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm reading the stuff.
All right. So, Aditya, can you find the normal? This is clearly the tangent normal application, right? So to speak, of the last few chapters that you did.
Sorry,
Part B, isn't that the tangent normal?
that's a 3.
Right. 3. Why 3? Why 3?
I don't know.
Why 3?
Like I'll probably like I feel this. I'm doing this based on like a worst case scenario.
Okay, fine. I understand. Okay.
Like I'll probably
I do hope you'll go for 4. Okay. I do hope you'll go for 4.
Yeah.
But prediction wise, being realistic, sure thing. All right. Okay. Any other questions?
0 and 1 are prime number.
No, 1 is not, 0 is not. Good question. Would you please write it down? Hey, Aditya, right? You have a triangle here, right? Are you feeling crowded right now?
Yeah.
Like crowded, pressured, not thinking clearly, that kind of thing, that kind of feeling, not nice feelings.
No.
You are crowded, but you are stable. You feel okay, kind of ish, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Right, just checking. So yeah, I can agree with that, definitely. Right. And you're defining k, which means you can now write 2k plus 1. Your method, your systematic, Anish, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Good. Right, that's it lah. Okay. You should be using the special bracket, not the normal bracket. Yeah, for everything, just get a habit. Aditya, are you okay? Any questions?
No, I don't know.
You mean you don't know how to do it?
No, I do.
Okay. Then if you're okay, no question, make a prediction, that kind of thing. You can also make some further analysis lah if you don't feel comfortable, right? You can write certain things. Yeah. Okay. Good for you, Ainesh. Good for you. Are you okay with this new symbol? This new symbol, the meaning is very similar to, smaller than. If A is a subset of B, then A is smaller than B, although not technically correct. It's kind of how it feels, kind of. Smaller in terms of membership, lah, of course. So A has a smaller membership than B because A is inside B, kind of something like that. Am I making any sense?
No.
Okay, then look at the Jamboard. Okay, show me your, okay, I'm gonna do the prime number thing, right? So the Jamboard, yeah. So your prime number less than 20, right? So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 19. Did I miss anything?
No.
No, I did. 17. You are.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So let's say this is B lah. Let's say this is B, okay? So the member of B is such though, right? The member of B is such. Now, if A is a subset of B, then A will look something like that. Okay, the membership of A is smaller and within B, no? Will this make sense? But let's say there's a member outside. Give me a number which is not part of B.
6.
Okay, let's say 6. Now I have another membership which is like that. Let's call that C, and then let's call that A. Okay. Then can you say that C is a subset of B?
No.
Cannot. That's all it means, right? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's in that sense is how we're gonna use it, right? We're gonna use it after this. Then let's go to the example. I think it's better. Okay, Aditya, what do you think about this topic? Right.
Reading.
Oh, sure thing. Take your time. Take a lot of time to read properly and analyze. Ainesh, shall we do the example? Come on. Moving up, please, Ainesh. Moving up, please. Ainesh, are you there? Aditya, are you okay?
This is integration, right?
That's part B lah. I agree. But part A, no need for integration at all. Because I cannot see what your prediction for A. Have you finished predicting A?
Oh.
I cannot see it. Sorry. Okay, I understand. The 3, I'm not comfortable because why? Because you have to get A, B, C, D right for part B to be good. That kind of worries me a little bit lah, I guess. It does. Hey, wait. I'm sorry. Yes, I think so. you gotta get A, B, C, D correct for B. If you're abandoning B, then I don't care too much. If you want to do B, you must make sure that it is correct. Now, let me ask you something. So let me just ask you this. You have a normal calculator, right?
Yeah.
You know that it is important for A, B, C, D to be perfectly correct. If you don't know, I tell you already, right? That's a very important thing. Can you use your normal calculator to help you confirm A, B, C, D correct or not? If you don't know, I'll tell you. Maybe that's useful.
Like,
Do you know or not? Do you know or not? You cannot use your function. You cannot use all this polynomial thing. Cannot. Doesn't work. Because of D, there's a remainder. Assuming that D is not zero, you cannot use what you want to use.
oh, it's long division.
It is supposed to be long division. Yes, it will be a long division and you will get the result and the remainder, right? That's what you're supposed to do here. So again, can you confirm the answer or not? Because it is important to be right.
Yeah, I'll probably get 4 then.
Okay, then how would you confirm, if I may know, if you feel the need to confirm?
If I had to confirm it, I would re-expand it, I guess.
No, let's not do that. It's longer and it's prone of human error. So let's do the shorter and more better way using the calculator. Just sub in a random x to the left-hand side, and then sub in the same random x to the right-hand side. If your A, B, C, D is correct, it will be the same. Make sense or not?
Yeah.
Okay, you do that and you know whether your A, B, C, D is correct. If it is correct, then maybe you can do B. Okay, that's my hint. Okay. Now, how about B then? What do you do?
I don't know. We didn't do integration yet. So.
Oh. Okay. Bye-bye, B. Let's go.
Integration is not in the prelims either. But that's it.
Nice. Okay. Oh, we're done. Okay. Now, total, is this supposed, how many marks is this supposed to be total? 80, right? Okay, 80 in 2 hours. Now, you're going to first reduce your time, reduce 6 marks, right? Because you're taking out the integration. Am I correct? There's nothing else to legally take out, right?
Yeah.
So calculate your time now. 74 out of 80 times 120 minutes. Calculate that first. Do write that down. Manish, I can see you now, right? Lost you just now, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know why. My phone just switched off.
Right. Zoom in a bit. Okay, write down the number, Aditya. That's the minute that you have. Okay, 111. And then do one more thing. 2/3. 2/3 of 111, how many minutes? Okay, Anish, zoom in, please. Okay. So, Aditya, I take out 1/3 for the reading and discussion just now. You only have 74 minutes to do, well, whatever you want to do. You understand?
Yeah.
This is my promise to you. Your first time doing this training. I promise to you that this is very relevant in exam. If you train this way, you are prepared for exam. Secondly, you will feel surprisingly less pressure than what you may expect. Given that 74 is much shorter than 2 hours, right? To be fair, it is shorter. But you might be surprised at how low the pressure is because we have read and discussed all the questions because of that. Okay, which is my goal. My goal is low pressure but good time management, and this is our first step in training them.
Okay.
You understand me, Aditya?
Yeah.
Okay, do what you want, but you have only 74 minutes, and then let's mark it and see what happens. Okay. I strongly suggest the same thing for paper 1. So next week, if we meet, and when we meet, we should be discussing the papers. And then you have, the non-tuition time for actually doing the paper and discuss the improvements. Okay?
Wait, so I stay on 74 minutes more from now?
No, not for now. Whenever you want to start. But when you start, you have 74 minutes, and then just whack whatever marks you want to whack. Just whack, look.
Okay.
All right. This is my training for final years, whether O level or A level, and the result is again usually low pressure and good speed lah, so to speak lah.
Okay.
Give it a try and let's see what happens. Okay. Now you still have 15 more minutes here, which I suggest don't do the paper, but I suggest let's take the paper one and just discuss in the same way lah. That's my suggestion lah. Okay.
Oh, I already finished the paper one in school, and it.
Right. Then my suggestion is just take another paper to discuss. Loh. That's my suggestion. If you want to, if not, you can start right now. Okay. I'll be with Ainesh first. Now, Ainesh, any questions about?
I'm a little bit confused. I'm trying to figure it out myself.
Right. No, let's be quick. So the universe thingy lah. Do you understand what's universe?
Every set ever.
Okay. Let me break it down for you. So look at the Jamboard. Yeah. Look at the Jamboard.
Okay.
So the universe is not infinity, even though the word seems to suggest that. So this is always the universe. So just symbolize the universe with a box instead of a circle. Okay, that's just how we do things. This universe can be as small as big as we want. That's what it means. The universe will encompass ABC, and it is usually having more member than ABC. That means it's just bigger than ABC. Other than that, there's nothing special. The universe can actually be bigger or as small as we want, as long as it is not smaller than ABC. So let me give you an example. I can do this as 20, and that is enough to establish the universe. That's it. Okay, I can also put this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, let's be complete here. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I can also do that as a universe. So the universe is Z plus from 1, X, 20, right? That's the universe. But it doesn't have to be like this. A universe can simply be bigger, and everything is gone, just 20 also can lah. Also just include 1 also can lah. That's a universe. The universe is flexible. Okay. It's just that the rule is in a question, the universe usually don't shift around. The universe don't change them. They will define it for you. Is it your job to define? No, it's the question's job to define. Well, that's a long explanation. Are you okay, Ainesh? For example 12. Did they define the universe for you?
Yes.
That's it, Lo? That's it. That's what I mean. The reason why they define the universe for you, and you don't define universe, they define, well, first of all, they're the question maker, so they define the universe. Makes sense, what? But the purpose is A complement. Let me again show you in Jamboard. Yeah. So what is B complement? B complement is, well, very simple. B complement is not B, man. So here is your B complement. How can you answer what's B complement without the universe being defined? That's the whole point of defining the universe, if you understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Now, in the Jamboard, tell me what's the member of A complement, also known as not A. What is the membership of not A? You tell me. Quickly, read it out, the membership. Just read up. Not in order is okay.
2, 3.
Wait, you're not looking at the Jamboard, is it?
You said A, right?
Yeah, I was referring to my A in the Jamboard, but I guess you can do it here also. Okay. So what's A not in your question?
2357.
That's A, not A naught.
Oh, not A.
Yeah, not A. A complement is not A. So what is not A?
1, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10.
That's why the answer is 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. That's why.
Ah,
Make sense?
yeah.
That's why they define the universe, so that you can tell them what's not A, not B, not C, whatever. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, if you could, moving on after this. Aditya, any questions so far?
No. Was
Right.
just
Okay. As per usual, if you have more question, you declare to yourself, the marks and
yeah.
Right. If you're okay, Anish, move on, but no rush. No rush.
I'm trying to understand why I know C is 5 and 10, but why do I know that?
Yeah, because first of all, you start your analysis from K. Now you didn't do anything of that sort. So analyze K first. Analyze K and then go for 5K. That's what you did last time. What?
Okay.
Now, natural number is obviously a very big membership, but limited only to the universe. Only limited to the universe. Start from K, not from X equals to 5K. Start from K. You did it last time. You start from the K first. What is the membership of K?
Huh? Oh, now I understand. So if X by 5 has to be a natural number,
Right? Okay. Right.
then X has to
Better be 5.
5.
Yeah. Yes. Because yes. Good. So X will be 5, 10, 15, 20. Wait, let's stop at 10. Let's stop at 10 because the universe. So that's the second function of the universe. It kind of limits what A, B, and C can be. So whose job is that? Must be the question maker job. It's not our job to define the universe. We just use it. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right, let's do 3 then. 13. Did they define the universe? Looks like it lah. 13. Okay, give it a try. Any question, Aditya?
No.
Did we finally caught up with the class, Anish? Have we caught up with the class now?
No. This worksheet. They're on another worksheet. Like this is the base worksheet. I have to finish this, and then they're on the next worksheet.
All right, let's not rush lah. If not, then no point lah. Let's not rush.
Yeah.
Oh, nice haircut, Aditya.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Nice haircut.
thank you.
Yeah, definitely. We haven't done perpendicular bisector, so I guess that's a good thing.
Perpendicular bisector is just gonna.
You tell me.
It's just like the.
Draw a random AB first. Okay, draw a random AB first before you try to draw the perpendicular bisector. So random A, random B. Okay. Let's say there's an A and let's say there's a B, and then you draw a line. Okay, let's say, come on, random A, random B. Okay, good. Okay, that's an AB. So now take the midpoint. Take a midpoint. Yeah, label it M and then do 90 degree perpendicular lah. That is the perpendicular bisector of AB. Is that enough?
Yeah.
Good. So try to find it lah. Anish, read the universe for me. What is the universe?
Rational number.
Okay. Which means what? Wait. Are you sure that's rational number, not real number? I'm sorry. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Rational or real? Which one is that? They're actually different. Real or national?
Oh, real. Sorry, I meant real.
Okay. Now you write down in this page that you're in. This one have no rational number. So you will never use rational number in this topic. So it seems like. Write down in the first page that you consult. the page where you consult just now, write down. There is no rational number concept here. Just to remind you. Go to the first page, the definition page. Go, Ainesh, go. Yeah, that page, write down. We don't use the concept rational number here. So it seems like, oh, they do. I'm sorry, they do. I'm so sorry, they do. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Never mind, never mind. I cancel. I cancel. I cancel. So sorry. Aditya, are you okay?
Yeah, yeah. Just thinking about this question.
Oh, please feel free. So, Ainesh, are you done with A naught? Is that what you want to show me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I agree that A naught contains 1, 2, 3 lah. I agree with that. I feel that you are implying that, for example, 1.5 is not A naught.
Oh, it is.
Then, if it is, the way you write misleads the examiner lah. You cannot write like this. Can you write in a better way?
But then, like, about like 1.05, how do I include that?
Yeah, that's a very good question. You want to include 1.5, 1.3, 1.2, 1.1, 1.01, and yada yada. You want to include an infinite selection of numbers.
Yeah.
That means writing it this way is not a very good way of doing it. There is a better way that will include what you are saying. Do you know how to do it? Let's start from X, E, oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Come on. Give it a try. Yeah. Yeah, X way. Yeah, nice. Very good. Oh, you're even doing the formalities. Well, the R no lah. No, the R, no, the R no lah. No. Let to write the R. The R is like this. Look at the Jamboard. Just as normal R with another one. That would be enough. That's the acceptable way of writing it. Do it like me, please. Do it like me.
Where's the R?
Not like that. Not like that. In the Jamboard, look at the Jamboard.
Like this.
And then one more vertical line. You see that? There's a double vertical line. Yeah. Okay. Something like that. Okay. Something like that. Okay. Rewrite your B naught. Okay. Your A naught. Very good. Aditya, PNC. PNC. And those stuff. Oh, only 1 mark. Very stingy. Wow. Very stingy.
Yeah.
Very stingy. Oh, Ainesh, we have, okay. Okay, show me the top part, please. So finally, we have some drawing. The drawing, I hope not very confusing. It's just a visual representation, right? If it is confusing, do tell me, right? Do tell me. Oh, goodness me, Aditya, another stingy 1 mark. Oh.
Yeah.
Dinesh, if we could move on. This is not very confusing, I hope.
Reading all this. So.
Look at the drawing and the shading. Focus on that more, I suppose. The shading of A naught and the shading of B naught. I hope it makes sense. That's what we are aiming for.
I hate drawing.
Finish? Okay, right. Okay. Oh, would you mind moving down a bit? Sorry, moving down a bit. No, as in, sorry, moving up. Yeah, moving up. Sorry. Oh goodness me. I guess they can do that. Okay, Aditya, quite confident, but every PNC question will take some time. So take some time while doing it. While doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's difficult to just think about it. I mean, I have to me personally, PNC is just doing it slowly. There isn't much analysis involved. I just have to do it properly. Okay. If you're thinking about it too long, well, don't overthink. Yeah, just don't overthink. Just do it in a way that's slow and steady. Now, Ainesh,
Okay.
do you know what quadrilateral, squares, rhombuses, and parallelogram means? Just to confirm first.
I mean, yes.
Okay. Does it make sense for the universe to be quadrilateral?
I mean, quadrilateral means four-sided figure, right? So everything is
Yep.
everything is
Four-sided. Yeah. As in, does it make sense? Therefore, don't draw the circle first. Don't. You'll regret it. Especially you draw by pen some more. Don't. No need to erase some more. Just one circle. Don't. My question is, first thing first, is the universe making any sense? Finish?
Yes.
All right. Now let's go slow. Okay. Let's go slow. You're going to draw a small square next to A, just a small one on top. Okay. Small square, please. Yeah, there you go. A small square there. Now draw a small rhombus. Right. Let's think about the relationship between square and rhombus. I'll go very direct. Yeah, I'll go very direct. Can square subset in rhombus or rhombus subset in square, or they don't have any relationship at all, or they maybe intersect? What is their relationship?
We don't
you
have
think?
any relationship.
Okay. Now look at your square. Look at the square that you draw. It doesn't even look like a square, but let's draw a perfect square again. Let's draw a perfect square. Draw a perfect square. A
Oh, no,
square
man.
that is 90 degrees.
A square can be a rhombus, but a rhombus can't. Wait, hold on. A rhombus can
Which
be
one?
a square. A rhombus can be a square, but a square can't be a rhombus.
Actually, we have it the other way around, right? Okay, look, draw it properly like this. I'm going to draw it very properly so that it's very different. Look at page 4. Look at page 4. Look at page 4. I'm drawing a very perfect square as much as I can. Okay, 90 degree, all the stuff like, and then all these are the same. Okay, so in page 4, I have a square. You would agree with me? Yeah, something like that. Now I'm going to draw a super slanted rhombus, right? Trying my best to make it super slanted. There you go. Obviously not 90 degree, but all this I see. Okay, and Ainesh? Now,
Yeah.
I call this a square, I call this the rhombus, and you're totally correct. Now, here's the test. Can I call this a square? Can I? Can or not?
No, because not 90 degrees.
Correct. You are absolutely correct. Square has a requirement of 90 degree. Now, can I call this a rhombus? Of course, you wouldn't, but can you do that?
Yeah.
Because rhombus has less tighter requirement than square. Square has more requirement than rhombus, logically speaking. Can?
Yeah.
So A is subset of B, or B is subset of A. Which one?
A subset of U.
So A is smaller than B, correct? That's what it means. So if I don't draw A like that, then maybe I draw B like that, maybe. So every square is rhombus, but not every rhombus is square. That makes sense. Okay, good. Now a parallelogram. Okay. I'll draw it for you. Here's a parallelogram. This has to be the same. This has to be the same. Okay. Just to be clear, can I call this a parallelogram?
Sure.
Good. Now, this is the visual requirement of parallelogram. Now, any relationship, is it possible for them to have a relationship?
No.
I tend
No.
to agree with you. So how do you draw that? How do you draw that in the Venn diagram?
Just outside.
Good. And then draw the whole universe, look, and then that's it, look. Please try.
Yeah.
Preferably using pencil, preferably.
I mean, I already
Aditya,
used
are
that.
you? Oh, Aditya, time has run out. Okay. So Aditya, what do you think about today? Aditya, what do you think about today?
Yeah, I don't care.
I cannot hear you, Aditya. Sorry, Aditya, I cannot hear you. Oh, Aditya. Yes, Anish, sorry, you're saying? Okay, that's A, that's B. Okay, sure. Then C has no relationship,
Outside,
right?
and then the
So
whole
just,
thing
yeah.
outside.
Yeah, but the whole thing must be in a box. A universe is a box, okay, not a circle, right? Okay, so
Oh.
C outside, okay. Then a box of a universe. The box, you don't have to label universe because box is, formally a universe. Get it? Yes, if you're correct,
No.
then this is how you do it.
I'm
Feel free to label universe. Yeah, feel free to label universe. That's not how you write a universe. No, this is how you write a universe. Let me just show you. Yeah, like that. Just write down that way. Yeah. I mean, this one is better, but whatever. So better, but whatever. Okay. Okay, good. Right. Try example 15. Let's call it a day. Next, how is it? Example 15. Come on. Just look at the paper.
It doesn't include. It doesn't.
It's a good idea to write down. Yeah, I agree. So just dot to 15 lah. You can do that also. That's fine. It might be useful. Right? Okay, so A will be something, right? Let's write down better.
How do I solve B?
Sorry, just a minute. Give me some time. Can you move up, please? I cannot see it. Hey, hello. Within the confines of the universe, please. Look at your A. Within the confines of the universe. Yeah, okay, good.
Also,
Okay, so B, the same thing, you have to confine it, right?
Yeah. Then put this equals to. It does say equals to or any other thing?
I kind of disagree with your B though, right? No. The equal is fine, but you need the special bracket. Special bracket. Now, for B, okay, let's deal with B, okay. Look, yeah. Stop writing. You already know. Stop writing. So for B, the 3x minus 4 is confusing, right? Your goal is to make 3x minus 4 into 4 into x. That is not confusing. So how do you do that? Very simple. Door lah. Whatever you do to the left, you do to the right. You don't like the minus 4, plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. You understand? Do that, please. Do that like that. That's your working. Do that, please.
So what mental calculation I did, that's how it makes sense.
Yeah. And then, 36, 30. Why is it 96? Why is it 96? Now everything divided by 3, right? Then you have an answer. So write it down, please. Don't do it in your mind, please. Just write it down, please. It doesn't take a lot of time. 13 divided by 3, yeah, just leave it there, right? And then, okay, now write down the memory, right?
It's I'm wrong.
You are wrong, yes. No, write down the number. Ines, why you have it up? Okay, there you go. Yeah, good. Nice. Okay, good. Now, after this, move up, please, and then put the numbers into the Venn diagram. Slowly. Put it in the Venn diagram. So think carefully. He tells you that A and B will have intersects. Now, better figure out the intersects first. Nice. Nice. Good. Then the universe, the remaining. Let's go through. 1 half or not? 1, then 2, then 3 already, 4. And just go through one by one. It's just a one by one thing. Got it? Understand? Okay. Now, Ines, time is up. Now, Sunday we'll do a normal time. I cannot do longer. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? You have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, correct?
Hold on, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and hopefully Thursday. Yes.
Right. Why hopefully Thursday? Sorry. In case I remember wrongly.
Because Friday is the flight. I mean, you never know. I'll try my best.
I know. I understand. Now, when is the flight? Is it morning, afternoon, early, whatever?
I don't know.
You do not know. Okay, I understand. Nice. So let's talk about whatever days you have left. You will be doing 3 slots, each 1.5 hours. What is the timing? Is very likely more like after lunch, before dinner, after dinner kind of thing. Okay? So that is your day. Okay? All right? Don't go out and don't give crumbs, please. Okay.
Wait, then I can't go out, right? Because then it's pretty much a whole day.
You will be going out to Europe for 3 weeks, right?
Yes.
If you want to go out in between the slot, the breaks are rather generous, but not the 3 hours kind of break, maybe just 2 hours. Fair? You can go out, you can do whatever you want during the break. I won't give you homework during the break. But 1.5 hour, break, 1.5 hour, break, 1.5 hour. Okay? All right?
I'm not super. I don't know if I can confirm, but
Please commit. Please commit. Ainesh, if you give crumbs, that's it, look. Now, if you want to give crumbs, I will accept. Take it as a warning, though. Okay? I'll see you on
I-
Tuesday.